What's up, everybody? GeauxBurns going over the brand new trailer from Grand Theft Auto Online for the new update, Further Adventures in Finance and Felony, coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC this coming Tuesday, June 7th. By the way, shout out to Alex. He emailed me his breakdown of the trailer, so I'm going to use his thoughts and my thoughts in this one video. So thanks again to Alex for sending me your breakdown of the Further Adventures in Finance and Felony trailer, or let's just call it Finance and Felony, okay? All right, so first off, what we see in the opening credits is the logo, Grand Theft Auto Online, Further Adventures in Finance and Felony. Then, a couple little lines. Reach the top, build an empire, become a corporate leader, become a CEO. Then, of course, we see shots of the one of the warehouses. I don't know if this is the only warehouse we're going to have in the game. Probably not. One of several. Maybe there's different sizes, but you can always see several bits of contraband that you'll be able to sell, and a bigger size scale of the warehouse and everything in it that you'll be able to pick up and distribute illegally, of course. Then you and your henchmen walking around, trafficking illicit cargo and contraband. It looks like there might be a brand new Windsor, and Alex believes that this might be a convertible. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it could very well be a brand new Windsor because it is featured a few times in the trailer. And of course, see, another thing you'll be able to do is disrupt rival supply chains. That'll be a lot of fun. And like I mentioned a second ago, you can see another quick image of probably the same Windsor right here at the airport. But there's also a brand new private jet. And Alex believes it's actually smaller than the Luxor, but bigger than the Vestra, which would make sense. So you could actually seat a few people on this new private jet. One of several extravagant vehicles that you're going to be able to purchase along with Finance and Felony. And I think it's very possible, since they featured this Windsor so many times, that that's going to be a new vehicle featured as well. So here's one car we already know about. It was featured last week. The Pegasi Reaper, a brand new awesome supercar that I am really excited about getting because I love Lamborghinis / Pegasis. And some people speculate that this could be a Huracan or a combination with a Lykan Hypersport or maybe some other vehicles as well. But it looks really sweet looking. And another vehicle is this green car. And I think that this is a Vapid, because if you look real closely over here on the hood, it looks like a Vapid symbol. And I'll show you the Vapid symbol real quick. So yeah, that's the Vapid symbol. And of course we go back to the image of this green car, and I think it's a pretty safe bet to say this is a new Vapid. Perhaps even an updated version of the Bullet, aka the Ford GT, which is a vehicle a lot of people, including myself, have been asking for in Grand Theft Auto Online. And this is what the GT looks like in Forza 6. So there is some similarities, even though we don't get a really good look at this new Vapid sports or supercar. It's still a pretty sweet looking ride. And of course, the third car featured is this red Grotti, and Grotti is aka Ferrari in the real world. So it's pretty obvious that this is going to be a brand new vehicle based off Ferrari coming to Finance and Felony. Plus the distinguishable red color of this car kind of gives it away, because that's the color that Ferraris are known to have. For the most part, whenever you think of Ferrari, you think of a sweet, sexy car that's usually red. So there you go, the three cars that are coming with Finance and Felony, along with that Windsor, I believe. So you got once again, the Reaper. You got this new Vapid sports or supercar, possibly an updated version of the Bullet, and of course, a new Grotti, aka Ferrari. Next, of course, is your ability to now open a prestigious new office downtown. And it looks like the office is going to be based in Maze Bank, or maybe there'll be several offices you can purchase property again. Similar to the high-end apartments where each one is in a different building and a different price. Some are more expensive than others. The same could be said for the offices, the HQs in Finance and Felony. Maybe the best ones, the most expensive offices, are found in the Maze Bank Tower. Then, of course, here is your conference room. And what's really cool about this is that there's actually, if you notice, a 3D map of southern San Andreas. It looks pretty sweet looking. So Rockstar probably took a lot of time, adding this to the conference room. And it's something they didn't have to do technically, but it looks really sweet. And obviously it has some sort of purpose to it because you see all these red dots on the 3D map. And then you see kind of a green dot there. And I don't know, I mean, this could be various warehouses, distribution centers, or targets of interest for you and your organization. I guess we'll find out on June 7th. Then, of course, here's the front of your office where you can hire an executive assistant. And what's interesting, above the executive assistant, it says Finance and Felony. So what I think is that spot above the secretary where it says Finance and Felony, you'll be able to put the name of your company. Similar to the yachts, you get to name your yacht whatever you want to name it, and it appears on the yacht on the back and on the side. I believe the same thing is going to go for your organization. So if you want to name it GeauxBurns Incorporated or GB Inc. or LLC, it would appear up there above the secretary. So that's a pretty cool thought. I don't know if that's going to turn out to be the case, but I think that's how it's going to go down. Next, of course, is more interior shots of your office. Working hard at the computer. You got some money laying around. You got a couple drinks, some beverages. And then, of course, another image of that map. Now it's on your iFruit computer. So you might be able to go into your computer in the office, and then that's where you determine what you and your crew are going to be doing, mission-wise. And then it naturally appears on the 3D map. Or the 3D map is just a thing that is aesthetic over there in the back where your conference room is. So you see one of your crewmates having a nice drink over here on the right. On the left, somebody's looking out a telescope. And then another one of your crewmates looks like he's walking towards you from the back where there's kind of like an entertainment area in the middle with some couches, some chairs, and of course all the way back is the conference room with that 3D map of southern San Andreas. Then, of course, another thing I want to show you is that same private jet we just featured a moment ago flying by the office. See, there it is, another image of the brand new private jet. Just going for a nice flyby as you're working hard and your crewmates are just having a good old time, drinking, walking around, and being peeping toms with the telescope. So we got a pretty good idea what the private jet is going to look like. It's probably going to be expensive as hell. FYI, tomorrow I'm going to be doing my price prediction show regarding the vehicles coming with Finance and Felony, or the vehicles we know about. So all these vehicles we're featuring that are obviously new vehicles that might be purchasable coming up on June 7th. I will do my own price predictions for those based on Price is Right rules, as with tradition. So you're welcome to give me your price predictions below in the comment section, and I might include them tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. Moving on, of course, there's also going to be a brand new helicopter, and this is something that Alex pointed out as well. And it looks very similar to a Swift, but Alex believes that it might be a little bit smaller than the Swift, maybe even faster and more maneuverable, which would be really, really cool. And here it is taking off from the top of the Maze Bank, which makes you wonder, are we going to be able to spawn at the very top of the Maze Bank building and maybe some of the other towers that the offices may or may not be in? And that might be another tell as to which offices, which buildings you'll be able to purchase an office space in. Ones that obviously have a helipad at the very top. So that would be a really cool feature if we actually had the ability to go to the elevator and select whether we wanted to go down to the ground floor or go all the way up to the top. And at the very top, maybe one of our helicopters is waiting for us. And this is obviously a brand new chopper. It's probably also going to be expensive as hell as well. And here's a couple of vehicles flying around. Not only the new chopper, which we get a better front shot of. I mean, probably also the new private jet that's flying by too. And of course it says one hostile takeover at a time. along with the other saying, run the town. We're going to run the town, and we're going to have one hostile takeover at a time. The next thing I want to show you is tugboat confirmed. I've always wanted my own tugboat in Grand Theft Auto Online. Nothing beats a big, slow, stupid boat, right? So I don't know if we're actually going to be able to purchase this, which would be cool if we could. Also, it would probably be expensive, but it's obviously going to be part of a mission, I guess, in the new Finance and Felony update. So we got new VIP jobs, challenges, and more, along with the tugboat. So let me know how excited you are about the tugboat. All right, so here's some new armored vehicles, apparently. And I'm trying to figure out what they are. I really don't know. I mean, they look kind of like maybe armored versions of ranchers, maybe? I mean, that could be the thing. So here's the front of them. And, of course, here's the back. And I think they're shooting at each other. So this is possibly a new vehicle that we're going to be able to purchase in Finance and Felony as well. They look kind of cool looking. They got the lights on them. They kind of looks like something you would see a mercenary use, similar to the the Merryweather Maces, obviously. And, of course, some interior shots back at the office. This is very similar to the heist room, where you have your weapons. Well, not your weapons, but just props in the heist room, along with a whole bunch of money. Nice. I'll just take a few of those, right? Then here's another new vehicle. And see, I think Alex believes that this might be an armored version of a Bravado Rumpo, or maybe even a armored mule. So I don't know. I mean, it could be the same vehicle. It could be two different vehicles. But it obviously has 6 wheels to it. 3 on each side. It looks pretty fierce looking. We'll get another shot of it in a second. Obviously busting through, the Dukes and another car. I think that's a Banshee on the right. And of course, over there is a Gauntlet. So, these guys are just at the intersection, mind their own business, going about their, daily lives early in the morning off to work. And of course, some asshole in a big, giant, stupid, 6-wheeled armored mule, or we'll see, whatever it is, Rumpo. I don't think it's a Rumpo. No. Okay, he thought the Rumpo was the SUVs. He thought it was the SUVs. I don't think that's a Rumpo. I think this is a Rancher or something else entirely. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. It doesn't look like a van. It looks more like an SUV. But like I said, I could be wrong about that. Let me know below in the comment section, what do you think of these vehicles? And of course, once again, I think what he meant was this is an armored mule. And if you get a close look at it, you can obviously ride on the side of this armored mule. It could be something else entirely. Maybe it's built on the mule, but it's a completely new vehicle. It looks really fierce looking. It's armored. And like I said, if you look on the left side, you see 2 peeps hanging on the side, which is good for escort, but not so good if one of them accidentally gets hit by that Dukes while driving by. So that's probably gonna be a pretty mean ride to ride around, almost, and maybe like a giant Insurgent. Even though the Insurgent is huge and massive already, maybe it'll be just as destructible as the Insurgent, but able to run more people over. And once again, I don't know if that's going to be a Pegasus vehicle or if it's just for a mission, but it'd be really cool if we could buy that as well. Could you imagine people just driving that thing around freaking, Los Santos and Blaine County, just running people over? It kind of looks like a big giant RV too, so it could be just an armored RV. All right, so another vehicle is what looks like a reskinned or armored version of the Cargo Bob. It has a different color variation to it. Now that could just be for specific missions. You may not be able to purchase that version of the Cargo Bob, which would be cool if you could, because Rockstar took away the ability to buy Cargo Bobs some time ago. So it'd be nice if Rockstar once again added Cargo Bobs back to Grand Theft Auto Online and Warstock for us to buy, because there's plenty of times where I could use a Cargo Bob and I can't find a Cargo Bob anywhere in sight. So Alex believes that this might be an armored version of the Cargo Bob, which means it might be able to take more damage than the regular Cargo Bob. And it could also mean that we might be able, just might be able, to actually customize the Cargo Bob and put various skin colors on it. Then again, that's just speculation on my part. So another thing that Alex wanted to mention in his thoughts was the possibility that the Titan you see flying overhead be, above what we're calling the armored mule. It could be something else entirely. Could be a new Titan. Now, I don't know if that's the case because we don't see it too often. I think it's just at the very end of this trailer. But let me know below in the comment section, do you think it's a brand new Titan, or do you think it's just a regular Titan that's being used for one of these missions in Further Adventures in Finance and Felony, which of course is coming to Grand Theft Auto Online on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC Tuesday, June 7th.